Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whichever it happens to be when you happen to be watching us. Hi, how are you? Fremont Lee here. Views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the person saying, "That's me, Fremont Lee." Sorry, coffee. Um, this is December 14th, 2020, as I am live streaming this. I don't feel it, but I am, so, you know, hey. A little coffee. What's up? Anyway, sorry. I've been feeling stuffed up lately, sorry. I've been washing my hands, I've been keeping my distance. Anyway, I'm going to try to recall the people who I've written down. It's been about 5-10 minutes. Sometimes the name and or the picture looks familiar. December 14th, 2020, birthdays. Dee Wallace. When she was married to What's-His-Face, she was Dee Wallace. Stone. She dropped the stone. So that was funny. She's Dee Wallace. Cujo. I think she was the mom in E.T. I could be wrong in that. It's been a while since I've watched E.T. I think the last time I saw it, it was at the theater. I don't think I've watched it on home video since then. Or I did. I just don't remember. Hal Williams, TV show Sanford and Son. He was a police officer in that. And on 227, he was the one married to Marla Gibbs character. Jane Birkin. Name probably doesn't sound familiar to you. She was in the movie Evil Under the Sun. It was the Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot thing. They were on like an island getaway type thing. I don't want to give away the ending, but she played the mistress to one of the guys that they were together. His wife was killed. Something. I want to say she was in 2 different of the Agatha Christie Hercule Poirot movies. I just don't. 2 different characters, which they do that. Sometimes it's like on Love Boat when they'd have the same actor come in as somebody else. It's like, weren't they? Okay, sure. Celia Weston. On Jason Lee's TV show where he was a cop, this was the one just after he did My Name is Earl. He ends up becoming a cop in Louisiana, I believe. It was after Hurricane Katrina, and he was trying to help them out with production, getting business in there, I believe. But she played the mom. Celia Weston played his mom on the show. Natasha McElhone. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. All I'm coming up with is the Robert De Niro movie where they were delivering ice skates to somebody and they had a package they were going to steal or something, and I don't know. I guess I don't remember all of them. Terribly sorry. Vanessa Hudgens. I know she's popular and stuff. I don't. Miranda Hart. She was Melissa McCarthy's sidekick in the movie Spy. Katie Strickland. K-A, capital K, small a, capital D, small e, small e. I don't know if it said she was in the Nightmare on Elm Street, which would have been one of the reboots or something. I didn't check. She looked familiar, looked familiar. I was like, I think I've written her name down before. I could have been thinking Katie Sackhoff, who was in something else. Ted Raimi. Uh, if you don't know who that is, that's okay. You know who Sam Raimi is. They're brothers. Sam Raimi, of course, did the Peter Parker, did the Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire and Bruce Campbell, who appeared in all three of them as somebody different, or maybe it could have been the same person. I don't know. Anyway, Tori Kelly, I don't know who that is. She's a singer. Uh, by the look of the picture on IMDb, she's on stage holding a guitar, going, curly hair, blonde, raspy voice. Sophie Monk, Michael Stoyanov. He was on the TV show Blossom. He was the older brother, not Joey. No. He was the one who ends up becoming a paramedic, I believe. Writer Dino Stamatopoulos. 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 Just had to say it slow. Hector Jimenez. He was Esqueleto in Nacho Libre, 2006. And to the late, Patty Duke, Lee Remick, Frances Bavier, Aunt B, for those of you who are younger than or don't remember who she is. Louis Arquette, George Firth, who was A.F. Foyt in The Cannonball Run, 1981, and he was Van Johnson in the movie Blazing Saddles, 1974. Maury Amsterdam, who was on the Dick Van Dyke Show, who celebrated. Use your words, man. Dick Van Dyke, of course, passed. No, God, no. He's 95, still going strong, so that's awesome. His birthday was just a few days ago. I had to put him up on top. December 13th. It was yesterday. Today's December 14th, so I knew it was familiar. Debbie Lee Carrington, name probably doesn't sound familiar. She was an actress. She was in the Christopher Titus movie Special Unit, 2017. If you remember the show, the Drew Carey show, she was Minnie Mimi. Her character's name was Doreen, 1999 to 2000, but she was the one with the wild makeup and whatever. She was Minnie Mimi. She passed away, I believe, 2018, possibly 2019. I didn't write that down, but she was a diminutive actress. And I know in the original Special Unit that Christopher Titus did, there was a scene where Christopher Titus, as a police officer, a police detective, excuse me, is interviewing handy-capable police officers who scored better than he did on the detective exam or whatever it is they were doing. And she's pissed that the best that the police can give her is a meter maid job. Like, and she kicks a chair. It's a folding chair, but she kicks the chair and it goes flying across the room. She's like, because she's mad because that's all they give her. But she ends up becoming part of the Special Unit, which is the name of the thing. I don't know. I know Comedy Central aired the original thing. I was never able to find it. It was like, oh, we're having it. It's going to be airing now. I go to work then. I can't watch that now. Maybe I'll catch the replay. They never replayed it. I was like, fun. And Randolph. Lillian Randolph. She was in It's a Wonderful Life. I want to say she was the maid as a black actress in that time frame of movie making. That was pretty much what they were given. It was like, oh yes, boss, I'll get that for you right away. Sure, yes. That's probably more words spoken than whatever. But you figure, times have changed for the better. For that, I'm glad. It's I getting that. Oh, what's that called? Give me a second. I put eggnog in my coffee instead of creamer because I didn't have any creamer. So I'm not firing all on all synopsis, on all fucking firing pins, if you will. Danny Trejo, Typecast. That's what it was. Typecast. Because he was talking to a reporter or an interviewer in something, and she had asked him, "Are you worried about being typecast? Go with what you know." I'd love to see him as an attorney dressed in the suit and tie and kind of like, "Yes, Your Honor, that is the way." And, it would totally blow people away because it's like, that's Danny Trejo. It just, but usually he's like tough guy with tattoos, which is what he is. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shout, but there are actors who want to stretch as what they do. There was, excuse me, John Cusack in the movie 16 Candles was a little bitty character. He was like a friend to Farmer Ted, Anthony Michael Hall's character. And Savage Steve Holland, who did the movie Better Off Dead, saw him in something. I don't think it was 16 Candles, but he saw him in something and was like, I want him as the lead for this. And the studio was like, he's like he's not a leading man character. He's an actor, and so, but he said, yeah, I know. And you figure from that, John Cusack has become like the lead character, the lead actor in movies. So that's awesome. There was another one I was gonna talk about just in that, but my whole brain got sidetracked. Kind of like the line in Back to the Future where Dr. Brown draws the line on chalkboard. This is the time frame. Somewhere here, you guys can, I took off the path and went. But there was like, it was another movie. I think it was Nick Nolte, or it may have been The Player, the Hollywood Tim Robbins, whatever. They were talking about actors, and they were like looking for people for different parts. They brought up a name, and he's like, "Nah," and it's like, that's the problem. You guys don't consider that there is a chance they could play a superhero, or they could play this or that. So it's like you figure they get typecast based on what they know of, and it's like, then you look at Jeff Daniels in Dumb and Dumber, where he's like, and you have an actor playing against a comedian like Jim Carrey, which Jeff Daniels has said, you don't want another comedian in there because they would try to overtop. They would try to overdo what Jim Carrey did, or they would try to top him in what he did. An actor would just kind of like, and kind of play along. So it's You wanted an actor in that part. Uh, but you get they get different, and then he does that. I'm thinking news radio, and that's wrong. The one where he does the speech about America isn't the greatest country in the world anymore. We're fifth in literacy, to blah 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 blah. That whole speech. Somebody narrowed it down to 3 minutes because it's like the best 8 minutes, and it's like he's having like a whole flashback or whatever, and they kind of like somebody edited most of that out, and they just gave it to 3 minutes. But the actors and actresses get typecast as something, and it's like, and that's where they stay. It's you figure Keanu Reeves, action hero, stoner films, and I say stoner, but that's mostly Bill and Ted, and then it's why Joey Lawrence, I think, did he decide to go by Joseph now? I don't remember, but he did that one show with the one lady. I can't think of anything right now. It's my stream of consciousness flowing like a river. Like Harold Lloyd. Sorry, that was an old reference. A lot of people probably don't know that. I know it because it's like one of the million things I know that. Why do you know that? Because I can't forget everything. We just had a conversation and I can't remember any of that, but I can remember that Harold Lloyd was going down the river. He had a rope tied around his waist, and in one of the scenes, the rope breaks. Wasn't supposed to. And he was heading towards the falls, and he ended up grabbing the rope, getting a hold of the rope, and saving himself because the silent movie era, that's now it's like on a sound stage and production, and they build the thing on the Trimble, and it's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I hope you didn't get seasick. I apologize for that. But like in the Star Trek, when it's like, how are you gonna make the whole set tilt? We'll just tilt the camera, and everyone will just kind of like, whoa. I did have an idea for a follow up for this WKRP in Cincinnati, because Gordon Jump had passed away. He was Big Guy Arthur Big Guy Carlson. They never. I don't know. We never got a chance to say goodbye. I know it's been 20 odd years or 15 or whatever that he's been gone, but I always thought the cast could have gotten together for like, I don't know. I see it as an episode of the show, or like a two-parter. But you figure with not Hugh Grant, the guy who did the show, it'll come to me maybe. But I figure it would start off like Herb would be having a dream or would be sleeping, and he'd be awakened by a phone call with the news that Arthur had passed away, and that Mama Carlson would be selling the station due to the fact that her son had passed away. I know the actress that played the mom had also passed away. So Carol Bruce. I know there were two actresses. There was one in the pilot episode, the first episode, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't want to do the show." And they came out with the other mama, Carlson, because she wouldn't be on like every episode or something. I don't know why she didn't want to do the show, but I don't know. Anyway, Mama's going to sell the station, but maybe they've moved up in the ratings, whatever the radio station thing. Um, or maybe they are making money. It's an AM radio station. I don't know how, and now with computers and downloads and whatnot, a lot of stations aren't. I don't know. You figure the only time I'm listening to the radio is when I'm driving to and from work, or on my days off when I'm driving to do laundry or driving to the store. I live 2 miles about from the store, which oddly enough is the distance, about the same distance as where I work. So I'm not listening to the radio station that often. Um, when I'm doing laundry at the laundromat, they have a radio station playing, unless it's uh, baseball's being played or something, and then they're airing that because it's like, yeah, it's like whatever. Anyway, Mama Carlson is going to sell the station. It gets back to everybody. They're making money, so she's on the fence about it. But in WKRP fashion, because of the passing of Arthur Carlson, they are worried about losing their jobs and being replaced by people who know what they're doing. Um, anyway, big bam boom. A package. Herb takes over as because I've been here. I'm in sales. They usually promote up, and it's like, but maybe he's trying to. He's claiming that now that's his office, and anyway, at some point a package arrives. Um, a painting. It's a painting, but they don't know it's a painting, and it's a package, and it's addressed to the. Sorry. It's addressed to the. I don't want to say commander in chief. To the person who is supposed to be in that office now. And it's like, well, it says, here, so it's me or whatever. I mean, why it wouldn't have the person's name on it is beyond me, but um, I'd hope as many from the original WKRP would make an appearance. They end up meeting in the at the elevator because, or it could be in the office, the secretary office in the lobby. Rather, they're having an argument as to where to hang it because they have opened it and looked at it and saw what it was. It would be a surprise to everybody as to what it is, which wouldn't really be a surprise to anybody as to what it is. And Herb thinks it should be in his office as a way of respect, which is now my office. So that's where it's going. But see, by the elevator, it would make more sense because he would stop. He would turn to go back to the office, and he would stop and be like, "No." The elevator would ding. Jennifer would get off the elevator. He would turn and be like, and she ends up saying that because she now owns the station. They're like, what? She's smarter than what they gave her credit for. They knew she was smarter than what it was, what they, whatever. But she feels that it should be hung right here in the front of the elevator. So when you show up, you're greeted by his smile. And when you're leaving, he's like, "Hey, hello, welcome to." And when you're leaving, he's like, "Hope you had a good day. See you tomorrow." Types, just the Arthur Carson smile. She has, we should hang it here. That way. To which Herb was like, "Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I said. It should be here." Although because it's uh, not their building, I don't know if they would be able to actually have it hung there, or if it would be in that little hallway as you enter before you enter the lobby. That way, when you come in, it's like, "Big guy." When you leave, "Night, big guy." I don't know. It's a thought, and I actually sat down to write it. I believe I got 3 pages in, and I'm like, I have no idea if anyone would actually show up. I don't know if Howard Hessman would show up. I don't know if Lonnie Anderson would show up. I don't know if Gary Sandy would show up. I don't know if Rich. Give me a second. I can't think of their names, their real names. Richard, guy who played Les Nessman, and Herb Tarlick. I can't think of their real names right now. Uh, it'll come to me, maybe. Okay, I'm after 27 minutes. I was just doing today's birthdays, really. But anyway, typecasts. You don't. Actors would get typecast. It's I don't know. Some actors, actresses want to. It was like Elvis. This might be a stretch for some people. But every movie Elvis was in, he was a race car driver that could sing. He was a doctor that could sing. He was a singer that could sing. And it was like, what a stretch as an actor. Um, and I'm not putting down his movies. They roustabout. I don't know, the one where he was on the motorcycle and he ends up falling at the end because he wasn't actually uh, informed how to bring it back to landing, or in the in like the tube in the cylinder thing. If you've never seen the movie, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I could be speaking some foreign language, and I apologize. I received this the other day. Stand on It, John Schneider movie, based on and or an homage to Smokey and the Bandit. It is autographed, personalized. Fremont. Enjoy, John Schneider. I have yet to watch it. I also have packages I need to do up to mail out. I haven't done Christmas cards yet either. I haven't sent any out. So I apologize if you have not received one from me. It just doesn't feel like Christmas to me right now. And I don't need snow for it to feel like Christmas. I don't need a Christmas tree. I don't need Christmas lights to have it feel like Christmas. Oh, that was nasty. Okay, sorry. I don't know what it is I need to make it feel like Christmas. You figure it's December 14th. 11 days from now, it will be Christmas Day. Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate. If there's Kwanzaa, whatever, um, Third Advent, I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'm mailing my book out to a couple people. So that's, and I'm mailing a CD out to somebody else. I had ordered my books off Amazon as for author copies, which means I just pay the cost of the printing. It's for me to do with what I want, and I've mailed one to one person. I haven't heard anything back. It's been a week it's been a week. You figure I put it into the Dropbox on a Sunday. It was most likely picked up on Monday. So I believe they've received it by now. I'm hoping. And by put it in the thing, I didn't just put it in there and go, oh, forget it. I actually had it in a package box labeled, put it in, they stamped the thing and I paid for it and they shipped it off. Or they put it in the box for items to go out. So hopefully Monday it was picked up and taken, which was last week, which whatever last week is, the 7th, I believe. If today's the 14th, duh, math. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe I don't know. I'd like to hear back from him saying whatever. I don't know. But the other two, I'm gonna mail it out to. I don't know. I have to rewrite the letter to them that I'm putting into the envelope to be like, hey, this is that. Thank you. Stuff, words. Sorry, if anyone's seen the movie Meatballs, you know what that was. You know what that was. We are the CITs, so pity us. That thing. And then they pick up Sweet Dick again. Christine DeBelle's birthday was a few days ago. Again, it could have been Thursday. I don't have her name written down on the 12th. Her birthday is not, or her name is not written down on the 13th. December 13th birthdays: Steve Buscemi, Ted Nugent, Jamie Foxx, Charlie Talbert, Dick Van Dyke, Christopher Plummer, Wendy Malick, Johnny Whitaker, John Davidson, Kathy Garver, Morris Day, Taylor Swift, Amy Stotch, Stoch. She was Missy Mom in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, 1989, and Bogus Journey, 1991. And according to her IMDb page, she is in the movie Bill and Ted Strike Back. No, Face the Music. Catherine Schwarzenegger, Lou Adler, Gary Combs, Tanya Van Gran, Tremors, A Cold Day in Hell, 2018, Lynn Holly Johnson, Juan Fernandez, who was in Crocodile Dundee 2, 1988, Christy Clark, who was in The Nightmare on Elm Street, 1985. It might be 2. I can't read my own shit. Afimo Amilani, Emily Peachy, Nene Leakes, Debbie Matenopoulos, Thomas DeLonge, Blink 182, F. William Parker, to the late Robert Prosky, who was in the movie Rudy. He was the priest that speaks with Rudy about whatever. He was also in Mrs. Doubtfire. That gave Robin Williams' character he was the head of the whatever, and he ends up getting him drunk, and he's like, "Hey," oh, he ends up going to the wrong table because he's kind of drunk. Darlene Cates, who was in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, 1993. Richard Hillman, who was in Detroit Rock City, 1999. Van Heflin. Heather North, who is the voice of Daphne for the Scooby-Doo. Producer Richard D. Zanna, which none of those names is Christine DeBelle. Sarah Douglas, oh, that's 12. Mayim Bialik, Connie Francis, Sheila E. Did I say Bob Barker? Bob Barker, Dionne Warwick, Wings Hauser, Regina Hall, Jennifer Connelly, Madchen, Imek, A-M-I-C-H, or I-C-K is her last name. Cherie J. Wilson, she was in the movie Fraternity Vacation. She was the lady they were trying to bed, which was the bet, but whatever. She was also CJ, not CJ. Walker, Texas Ranger, ends up being Walker's girlfriend in the show. Kathy Rigby, Dwayne Chase, who was Kurt in The Sound of Music, 1965. Don Gummer. Sarah Sutton, who was Nyssa on Doctor Who. Al Harrington, Ivan E. Roth, Nightmare Night of the Comic. Susan Powder, Frank Sinatra, Edward G. Robinson. I think I've done this one already. I could be wrong, but hey, what do I know? I'm just reading stuff off the list. Ew, don't do that, though. That's a weird voice. Don't do that voice. All right, I'm over 30. Oh, I'm approaching 40 minutes. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good evening, afternoon. I hope you're staying hydrated. I hope you are getting enough to eat. I hope you're getting enough sleep. Just don't eat before you go to sleep, because then your food just sits there like, what are we supposed to do? And then you get up, like, you wake up, oh, my stomach hurts. You know, because you have a bunch of food right there just going, anyway, as I said, I have packages to label up, letters to write. Thank you for watching. Take care. Oh, remember, please be kind to each other. I know I have trouble with that sometimes, because, you know, in the same sentence, I'm like, oh, be kind to each other. Will you fucking move? The light's green. You can go. Hello? Sorry. It's the duality of a person's mind and the pieces in the, I don't know, whatever. Again, thank you for watching. Take care. Hope you have a wonderful day.